We've heard rumors, like corroborated rumors from multiple people, that many of these issuers have hundreds of millions of capital lined up to invest in day one or day two. There's rumors that BlackRock has 2 billion lined up potentially, which is an insane number in my mind. I mean, we're talking about serious capital here that would be flowing into the space.
What is your expectation of asset inflows? Let's go maybe like 48 hours and then 30 days. So in the first 2 days, what do you expect? And then in the first 30 days, what do you expect?
So if you had asked me this before the Ethereum futures launch, I would have said it was going to break. They naturally, all of them would break the ETF records that currently BitO holds. It was the fastest to $1 billion. It basically did it in 2 days. I think then the Ethereum futures launch happened and just the interest was waning in this space, I thought. But I guess I was wrong. We've heard rumors, like corroborated rumors from multiple people, that many of these issuers have hundreds of millions of capital lined up to invest in day one or day two. There's rumors that BlackRock has 2 billion lined up potentially, which is an insane number in my mind. I'll believe it when I see it, I guess. So, I mean, we're talking about serious capital here that would be flowing into the space. So time will tell. So you said 48 hours. I mean, the problem is if Grayscale goes first, you're going to have to do net flows, because I think there will be significant capital if Grayscale goes in the same day that will flow out of GBTC and into these other products. GBT's fee, they're only dropping to 1.5% as of this recording, right? So that's a relatively high fee. And I could see them, basically a lot of people who maybe own them in tax-deferred accounts or who don't really care are going to take their money out. There's also a lot of hedge funds and private equity funds and people that are owning that thing that don't want exposure to Bitcoin. They're only viewing it as a special situation because it's trading at such a steep discount, or was trading at such a steep discount. So maybe they just get out of it once the discount closes and this thing becomes an ETF. If you net it out, it's hard to predict these types of things, but I think it will be measured in billions for sure. If we're talking at the end of the first week, I think we'll see net flows of, I don't know, 3 billion potentially. I mean, over the year, I'm on record as saying I was thinking around 10 billion as the over under. So I'd probably go over 10 if for the first year, but under 25. I've seen some crazy numbers for the first year. I guess we'll see. But net flows wise, I'm probably around that over 10, but not much over 10 if I had to guess for the first year.
All right, first 48 hours, I'm definitely over 2 billion. Like, I think this thing is going to smash every record. You guys are going to like build a monument inside of ETF land of like what's going to happen.
How should investors who maybe are a little bit newer to this asset class, how should they be thinking about it, especially when you have things like publicly listed miners and debates about centralization of minings and some of the fees and other aspects that are associated with that?
Yeah, I like to say that Bitcoin's an 8-year-old, and I'm very excited it's going to have a big jump up, maybe be a 13-year-old tomorrow, because there's been a lot of threats. You know, when VanEck started its first gold fund in 1968, it was illegal to own gold bullion. So there will continue to be threats about Bitcoin, but I think this has really set it firmly in the kind of hemisphere, if you will, of financial assets in the United States. What we say is buy a little, but dollar cost average. With the volatility of this asset, you do not want to try to time it or do it all at once. But dollar cost averaging through its history has always proven to be a profitable strategy. No guarantees going forward, of course. So that's what we're really telling people is don't be shy about buying just a teeniest bit to kind of experience it, but then be very careful to spread your investment out over time. The framing is we have an accommodative Federal Reserve coming into this year, and there's the Bitcoin halving happening in April. So as a Bitcoin investor, you do want to have some position going into that halving in April.